I've talked about the basic science, and I've talked about the circadian house that we built at the University of California. And what we've done is we've distilled some essential interventions that you can do in your home to include some of these circadian enhancements to make your home better. And I'm going to review some of these enhancements. So these are basic interventions that you can do to simply modify your home to make it more circadian sensitive. And they embody the main principles that we evolved at the University of California. And again, it's these 6 basic principles of using daylight inside the space, using high melanopic content during the day, low melanopic content at night, using interior shading, and using amber lighting for wayfinding. Okay. So the first one is this. I mean, you can imagine the amount of light disruption coming from this light source into the bedroom. And this is a very common occurrence because we tend to use a lot of very bright light in our urban landscape. And so what you really want to do is you want to black out your windows with appropriate screens in order to minimize this kind of disruption. This is easy to do, and it's extremely effective. And so you want to use what are called dark out curtains that limit the suppression of melatonin. And these are basically heavy weave curtains or blinds that really occlude the amount of light coming through that window. These are commercially available, easy to install, and really minimize the impact from this kind of light disruption. You want to use low melanopic content light sources at night. And this basically shows you the array of different colors of light bulbs that you can purchase today. And what you want to put into your home for nighttime application are light sources that are in the 2700 Kelvin or less in terms of their warmness. This warm light has less blue in it, and it creates a more healthful environment. So basically, I'm showing here sort of a range of different melanopic content light sources. And so the general recommendation is to use low melanopic content light sources in your home at nighttime. And here I'm showing 2 table lamps, one with a very cool light source and one with a very warm light source. And it basically emulates the kind of diurnal change that you want to see. Now, if you can't do the diurnal change with color change, you want to just stick with a warm amber light for your evening application, because during the day you have lots of daylight coming through your windows. And so you want to use low melanopic content light sources like what you're seeing in this picture. Lights that are very biased towards the warm end of the color spectrum in the 2700 Kelvin or less. These are commercially available. They look good. They're like sunset lights. And this will create a very warm, relaxing environment in the home. Commercially available. Incorporate amber-based wayfinding. And the idea here is that at late at night, deep evening hours, you want to use very low light levels with amber light that will allow you egress and wayfinding without turning on the lights. This is actually easily done today. There are commercially available rolls of amber light that you can purchase and custom to your application, either in the toe kicks or under cabinets. You can easily employ this in the home as a do-it-yourself opportunity to put low melanopic light sources in your home. And this is actually what was done in this home here, where all the toe kicks under the cabinets were all illuminated with amber strip lights. Okay? This is very easy to do in the bathroom. These are bathroom cabinets, very standard design on the left, showing a very blue-white light. But deep at night, where you don't need all that light, you want to be able to navigate into the bathroom. You can use these amber arrays that easily retrofit into the cabinet design of the bathroom that produce this very relaxing, comforting kind of color. Same thing in the kitchen. The kitchen toe kicks can easily be retrofitted with these amber strips that allow this navigation. At the Honda house, or at the Circadian house that I did at the University of California, we put in this hardwired systems that gave you these amber small lights that were hardwired into the wall. But you can actually buy today systems that will plug into an existing socket, electrical socket, that will give you the same impact. And these are commercially available, they're low cost, they perform well, and as long as you ensure that they're amber based in the 2200, 2000 Kelvin region, they actually work quite well. Some of them are actually sensor driven, which they'll come on when they detect motion. These are inexpensive and they easily plug into the wall circuit. Here's a close-up view. So these are simple home products that you can put into your home to completely transform the space, so you don't have to turn on the main lights at night when people are navigating, going to the bathroom, going to the kitchen, without disrupting melatonin. And again, these are very easily incorporated and many different styles and looks that will fit your home. There's also geometries that will hardwire into the wall. And so if you want to use a more dedicated system, you can actually purchase this and hardwire this into the home. One of the real ideal applications on this is actually putting under the bed nightlight that uses a amber-based spectrum, very rich amber color that can be left on all night with a very low light level, or it can be sensor-based, where when you get out of bed, a sensor will activate it and will turn on and will allow you to go to the bathroom and come back, and the sensor, after it sees you, will turn off. This is a very effective way of producing good circadian lighting. It contributes to safety. It reduces people tripping and falling on their way back to the bed. Here's sort of a close-up view of this. And it actually looks very good. And with the sensor-based system, older people can make their way to the bed, get into bed, sensor will turn it off, and you have complete safety. So it's a really perfect system. So they don't have to turn on all the lights inside the room. Some of them are quite adjustable. So if you don't like the light level, you can actually dim it down quite a bit. And when it's sensor driven, it'll activate on motion. So this is an ideal, perfect retrofit for elderly people, older people, producing a safer, better circadian environment. Exterior lighting is another area where you can actually have an impact on changing your residential, your home environment to make it more circadian sensitive. People are starting to already incorporate amber lights very close to the seashore, so we have less disruption on our marine creatures, on our flora and fauna and birds. And so this is now becoming clearly understood that an amber spectrum is actually quite conducive, quite good for creatures. And so we're seeing this kind of navigation on exterior lighting from 6,000, 5,000 down to 2,000 Kelvin. And so we see this progressive warming of our exterior environment, driven primarily by our sensitivity for how we're disrupting creatures. But now we can incorporate some of these concepts into the home. So we're seeing more of this kind of rich amber light for exterior lighting. And we explored this at the Circadian House at Davis. And actually the porch lights here, you can see are all amber-based porch lights, which are on to allow egress, to allow people to approach the home. And this is actually a picture of at nighttime, and you can see the amber porch lights. So actually when you're coming and going at night, if you're going out late at night, you're not disrupting your... And so you can easily retrofit your porch lights with these Edison screw-based lights that will allow you to put in a 2,000 Kelvin amber-based light source to convert your porch light from a blinding blue-white light to a very rich amber tone. So it allows for this kind of easy retrofits. And so you can convert your home into this very warm environment. It's not disruptive to people. It's not disruptive to creatures.